Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, showing up, working hard, staying kind, and yet for some reason wealth never quite settles in? It comes maybe, but it doesn't stay. Bills keep popping up. Extra money disappears as quickly as it arrives, and despite your best efforts, there's a quiet question that lingers. Why does it feel like money slips through the cracks no matter what I do? Here's something most people never think about. Wealth isn't just about income or effort. It's also about energy, the energy of your home, the subtle atmosphere that either welcomes abundance or quietly pushes it away. Without even realizing it, many of us live in spaces that leak prosperity. Not in dramatic ways, but in soft, everyday details. Cluttered corners, unbalanced rooms, quiet exits where money energy drains before it has a chance to root. There's one small shift you can make today, something so simple it almost sounds silly, placing a cinnamon stick in a specific spot in your home. And no, this isn't a superstition or some mystical shortcut. It's a symbolic act backed by centuries of tradition, where natural elements are used to anchor intention and shift how energy moves in a space. Cinnamon, in particular, carries the energy of warmth, transformation, and attraction. It doesn't just smell like comfort. It signals safety and stability, the very things wealth needs to grow. When placed with intention, cinnamon becomes a quiet ally. It won't make you rich overnight, but it just might help your home stop repelling the wealth you've been trying so hard to build. And it starts with knowing exactly where to put it. Because millionaires don't just earn differently, they arrange their spaces differently too. Let's begin where the shift is strongest, the room where your mind rests but your energy still listens. Scene 1, where you sleep, money listens. There's a moment at night, right after you've turned off the lights, when the world goes quiet and your body begins to let go. You lie there somewhere between exhaustion and surrender, thinking maybe, just maybe, tomorrow will be different. You've done your best. You've tried to be careful with money. You've cut expenses. You've worked harder longer. But still, there's this underlying feeling that something just isn't sticking. Like money visits but never unpacks its bags. It stops by, then slips away. What if the reason isn't in your budget or your job or even your spending habits, but in your bedroom itself? That's not a question people usually ask. Bedrooms are where we rest, not where we think about finances. But here's the thing most never realize. Your bedroom is the space where your energy is most vulnerable and most receptive. Not just your body, but your subconscious. The quiet layer beneath your daily thoughts, the one that carries your deepest beliefs. Beliefs about safety, about love, and yes, about money. And it listens every night. Even when you don't speak a word, think about it. During the day, you're busy, you're focused, distracted, moving from task to task. But at night, everything slows, you breathe differently, your guard comes down, and as your conscious mind drifts off, your subconscious opens. Whatever energy surrounds you in that moment doesn't just stay in the room, it enters you. So if your bedroom is heavy, cluttered, or even just overlooked, it's quietly reinforcing an idea. This is what I deserve. This is the life I've settled for. And your subconscious, without questioning it, absorbs that. This is where cinnamon becomes more than just a spice. Cinnamon has always carried the energy of warmth, action, and transformation. It's comforting, yes, but it's also activating. It stirs, it awakens. That's why we associate it with holidays, with family, with abundance. It smells like something good is happening. And when introduced into your bedroom with purpose, it acts as a quiet anchor. A soft, sensory message to your subconscious that says, we are safe, we are stable, it's okay to let wealth in. This isn't about rituals or superstition. It's about resetting the tone of the one room that shapes your emotional baseline more than any other. Because how you feel while falling asleep affects everything. Your choices, your focus, your confidence. And those things, they directly shape how you attract and manage money. Here's what you can do right now, tonight. Find a single stick of cinnamon, not ground cinnamon, not a candle, not oil, just the real, solid bark, natural, untouched, and place it under your pillow. That's it. It doesn't need a chant. You don't have to believe in anything. But do it with the awareness that this is a message, not to the outside world, but to yourself. It says, Abundance can rest here. It doesn't have to run anymore. Alternatively, slip the stick between your mattress and the bed frame, or tuck it inside a fabric pouch and hang it near your headboard. Someplace quiet, invisible, but present. Let it sit there as you sleep. Let its warmth fill the space, even if just subtly. Over time, you'll begin to notice something. Not a lottery win, not a windfall, but a shift. A small easing of pressure. A sense of calm when you think about bills. A new idea when you wake up. A tiny delay before that wave of anxiety kicks in. That's the cinnamon doing its work, not by changing the world outside, but by reshaping the energy inside. And here's why this matters more than it seems. People who live in financial anxiety often make rushed decisions. They say yes when they should pause. They take on too much. They chase the wrong things or miss good opportunities because their nervous system is in fight or flight. But those who carry a sense of calm, even in uncertainty, tend to navigate money with more wisdom. They hold out for better choices. They ask different questions. They act from intention, not reaction. That kind of clarity starts in the bedroom, in how you end your day, in how your space speaks to the deepest parts of you. Maybe your bedroom isn't perfect. Maybe the furniture doesn't match. Maybe the sheets are old. That doesn't matter. This isn't about looks, it's about feeling. It's about giving your energy a place to land, a place to recharge with hope, not worry, safety, not lack. So tonight, when you enter your bedroom, pause, don't rush into the same routine. Look around, feel it. Is this a room where wealth would want to stay, where peace could find you? Or is it just a space to collapse into and survive? Then add the cinnamon. Not as a fix, but as a promise. A simple signpost that says, this room no longer runs on fear. Because here's the truth that never gets talked about. Your relationship with money starts in the space where you sleep. Not in your bank account, not in your to-do list, but in the quiet hours of the night when no one's watching and your spirit is listening. And tonight, that relationship can begin to shift. One stick, one moment, one message. You are safe now. It's okay to welcome wealth. Scene 2, where good things silently drain away. There's a strange kind of tired that hits when you feel like you're doing everything right, yet things keep slipping away. You plan ahead, you're mindful with your spending, you even manage to save a little, and still, it's as if something unseen pulls your progress back. A bill shows up, a repair you didn't expect. A payment you forgot was due. One step forward, two steps back, over and over. And while the numbers might be in front of you, something about the experience feels less like a financial problem and more like a leak. What if that leak isn't just metaphorical? What if your home, your actual physical space, is mirroring that quiet loss in ways you've never considered? Because there's one room most people overlook when they think about abundance, and it's the one where energy slips away most easily. The bathroom. The bathroom is the only room in your home designed entirely around release. Water flows out, drains pull down, and everything is flushed away. That's the point, right? To clean, to refresh, to wash off what we no longer need. But here's what no one tells you. What you release physically can also become an unconscious pattern of releasing energetically. And if there's no balance, you could be letting go of more than just water. You could be letting go of opportunity, clarity, and yes, even money. In energy terms, water symbolizes flow, movement, life force. In the body, water carries nourishment. In the home, it carries prosperity. So when water constantly drains in one space, especially without intention, that space becomes a leak, not just for plumbing, but for the energy you've worked hard to build. Have you ever noticed that in some homes, money just never seems to stick? Things break more often. Expenses pile up. Even when income is steady, there's always something quietly pulling it away. The drains are always open and no one is watching. Now, this doesn't mean you need to be afraid of your bathroom. It simply means you need to understand it and care for it differently. Because with a few subtle shifts, you can transform this space from a silent saboteur into a silent protector of your wealth. Start with awareness. The next time you walk into your bathroom, notice how it feels. Is it bright and intentional, or forgotten and purely functional? Is there warmth, or just cold surfaces and running water? Do you leave the toilet lid open? Are the drains exposed? These might seem like small things, but your home is listening, your energy is responding. Then invite cinnamon into this space, not for the scent, but for the signal. Cinnamon is fire. It's active, protective, grounding. In a room where everything flows downward, cinnamon acts like a gentle resistance, a quiet no more. Mix a handful of coarse salt with cinnamon powder and sprinkle this blend around the edges of your shower, the base of your toilet, and near your sink drains. Let it sit there like a barrier, not visible to guests, but unmistakably present in energy. Salt absorbs, cinnamon seals. Together they say, this space holds what matters. You can also take one whole cinnamon stick and place it behind your bathroom door, not as decoration, not to be admired, but to work quietly like a guardian. Each time the door opens, cinnamon reminds the room, energy doesn't leave unless it's time. Abundance doesn't flush away on accident anymore. Even if no one else knows it's there, you will. And over time, you'll feel the difference. Here's what starts to shift. That scattered, rushed feeling each morning begins to soften. The cycle of surprise expenses slows. You find yourself catching financial leaks before they grow. You stop living in reactive mode and start experiencing a new kind of steadiness, one that's not loud or flashy, but felt. That's what protection feels like. Not control, but calm. And that calm starts here. In a room no one ever thought to connect to money, but it makes sense, doesn't it? If water is wealth and the bathroom moves water more than anywhere else, then of course it affects how money flows through your life. The question is, are you letting it all rush out or learning how to hold it? You don't have to redecorate. You don't need to remodel. You don't even need to explain this to anyone. But what you do need is presence, awareness, intention. That's what cinnamon teaches us. That tiny acts, when aligned with energy, carry immense weight. So tonight, as you brush your teeth, pause for a moment, look around, feel the room. Does it invite peace or pressure? Does it hold your energy, or does it release everything without asking? Then make the change. Sprinkle the blend, place the stick. Whisper the intention, even silently in your mind. Nothing leaves this space unless I say so. It's a small ritual, but it breaks a big pattern, and it reminds your subconscious of something powerful. You are not at the mercy of constant loss. You are not destined to always chase, to always cover gaps, to always wonder where the money went. You can choose differently. You can hold what matters, even in the smallest rooms of your life. Because sometimes the most profound abundance doesn't come from what you bring in, but from what you learn to keep. Scene 3, the forgotten corners that block flow. We like to think energy is obvious, that what influences our peace, our prosperity, our clarity must be visible. But the truth is, what we ignore is often what holds the most weight. And in our homes, the most powerful blocks to flow don't sit in plain sight. They gather in silence, in corners, behind doors, under things we haven't touched in years. It's not because we're careless. It's because life is busy and we're human. But just because we stop noticing these spaces doesn't mean they stop storing energy. They don't disappear, they accumulate. Every home has them. That corner behind the armchair, that space beneath the stairs, the spot in the closet no one opens, a shelf that collects not out of purpose, but because it's there. We pass by these places without a thought. We learn to live with them. But every time we ignore them, we send a message to the home, to the energy, and to ourselves. This space doesn't matter. And that message over time becomes a kind of energetic silence, a stillness that doesn't comfort, it weighs down. Energy doesn't like to sit still. It's meant to move, to circulate, to breathe through a space. But when corners are forgotten, light doesn't reach them. Air doesn't flow. Our attention doesn't touch them. And eventually they hold onto what we never meant to keep. The anxiety we shoved away, the projects we abandoned, the emotions we never made time to process. These spaces become like emotional storage units, and they don't just store clutter. They store the energy of what we've tried to ignore. And that stagnant energy, quietly and consistently, blocks flow. Think about it. Have you ever felt stuck for no clear reason? Like everything in your life seems fine, but still something's off. Like you're moving, but nothing's moving forward. That's not always about your schedule, or your mindset, or even your relationships. Sometimes it's about a dark, dusty space in your home that's quietly holding onto something you outgrew long ago. And until you clear it, your energy won't rise. Your ideas won't flow. Your next step will feel heavier than it should. This is why cinnamon matters, not just in open rooms or sacred spaces, but especially in the forgotten ones. Cinnamon doesn't need attention to work. It brings warmth, fire, movement, exactly what these spaces have been missing. And the beauty is you don't need to renovate or rearrange. All you need to do is notice, and then act with presence. Start by walking through your home slowly, not as the person who lives there, but as someone seeing it with new eyes. Where does the light not reach? Which corner feels heavy before you even touch it? What space haven't you truly looked at in months? That's where you begin. Not to fix or decorate, but to wake up energy that's been asleep. Wipe the dust. Open the curtain. Breathe into it. Then, take a cinnamon stick and place it there, tucked into a small bowl inside a planter or simply leaning into the corner. It doesn't need to be pretty. It needs to be felt. That cinnamon stick says, this space has been seen. And that, in energetic terms, is everything. Because when a space is seen, it begins to move again. And when energy moves, so do you. Suddenly, you feel a bit lighter. Your ideas start to arrive again. Your conversations flow more freely. Unexpected income shows up. Not because cinnamon is magic, but because the moment you acknowledged that corner, you made a statement. Nothing in my life stays stuck, not anymore. You can take this further if you feel called. Add a stone, something grounding like hematite or smoky quartz. Place a tiny plant, even a succulent, nearby. Let it be a living reminder that energy grows where it is nourished. And most importantly, come back to this space. Not every day, but now and then. Dust it. Adjust the cinnamon. Say thank you. That's how flow becomes rhythm. That's how rhythm becomes prosperity. The forgotten corners of our homes often reflect the forgotten corners of ourselves. The ones we haven't loved in a while. The ones that carry old versions of us, our failures, our losses, our unmet dreams. But those corners don't need to remain closed. When you place cinnamon there, you're not just shifting the energy of a room. You're telling your spirit, I haven't given up on you. I remember who you are becoming. This is not about cleaning. It's about restoring. It's about choosing not to let any part of your life grow cold or irrelevant. Because what you ignore eventually grows heavy, and what you care for begins to glow. And so tonight, after the house is quiet and the day is done, let yourself walk slowly into one of those corners. Not with judgment, not with pressure, just presence. Let your fingers wipe the dust. Let your breath soften the stillness. And when you place that cinnamon stick down, let it carry your intention. You are seen now, and I am ready to move forward. Because sometimes the breakthrough you've been waiting for isn't about a raise or a strategy. It's about a quiet space behind the door finally being remembered. And when that space breathes again, so do you. Scene 4, where money feels if it's welcome. Take a moment and think about your wallet. Not your checking account, not your online balance, but your actual wallet. The thing you carry every day. Is it tidy, intentional, and easy to use? Or is it overstuffed with receipts, old loyalty cards, expired coupons, and maybe a few crumpled dollar bills hiding in some back pocket? Now, here's a question most people never ask. What story is your wallet telling about how you feel toward money? Because make no mistake, your wallet speaks. Not out loud, not to other people, but to your energy, to your mindset, and to the very idea of wealth itself. And the message it sends, consciously or not, either says, I respect money, or I'm barely holding it together. We often think of wallets as neutral containers, just a place to put things. But if you pause and really consider how much emotional weight we carry around money, fear, guilt, shame, hope, stress, then it makes sense that the one object holding it all becomes energetically loaded. Your wallet isn't just holding your cards, it's holding your beliefs. It's holding your patterns, and whether it's overflowing or nearly empty, its condition reflects your relationship with what you hope to attract. When a wallet is torn, overstuffed, neglected, it quietly echoes a mindset of scarcity, disorganization, or even self-neglect. It says, I don't have time for this, or worse, it doesn't matter. And wealth, it notices, because abundance doesn't like to be crammed into corners. It doesn't linger where it doesn't feel valued. And then there's the safe, that heavy, still box in the corner of your closet or drawer. It's where you place what matters, the things you're trying to protect. But here's the truth. Many safes don't feel safe at all. They feel forgotten, cold, lifeless. We put things in them and then never return with presents, never offer gratitude, never even open the door unless we're adding or removing. So they become stale, energetically closed, and the very place that should feel like a container of stability becomes a static, hollow box that holds no life. That's why this scene matters so much. Because in both your wallet and your safe, you have the chance to shift the tone of your entire relationship with money, not through major changes, but through subtle, sacred care. It starts by treating these items not just as storage, but as active partners in your prosperity. Your wallet goes with you everywhere. That means the energy you put into it travels with you too. If it's cluttered and stressed, so are you. If it's clear and grounded, you carry that steadiness into every store, every decision, every conversation about money. So here's what you do. First, empty your wallet completely. Clean it. Touch every item you put back in. Ask yourself, does this belong? Does this support my life now? Keep only what is useful, valid, and intentional. Then, take a cinnamon stick and place it in one of the inner pockets. Not where it gets in the way, just somewhere it can rest. Let it sit there like a signal. Cinnamon is heat. Cinnamon is movement. Cinnamon is protection. And in your wallet, it's a quiet whisper. This is a space of value. Money is safe here. You can go deeper. Create a small charm, combine a cinnamon stick, a dried bay leaf, and a coin. Each item means something. The cinnamon warms and activates. The bay leaf represents honor and intention. The coin is grounding. It ties the symbolism to real financial energy. Wrap them together in a small cloth or pouch and tuck it into a discreet compartment of your wallet or place it in your safe. It doesn't matter if no one else ever sees it. This isn't for display, it's for alignment. It tells your subconscious, I'm not chasing money anymore. I'm preparing a place for it to stay. And now the safe. Don't treat it like a vault. Treat it like a hearth. It's the heart of your financial security. When you open it, light a candle nearby. Touch the space with your presence, not just your hands. Keep it clean, organized, intentional. Add a cinnamon stick to the back corner. Place the charm inside, and every time you put something in, say thank you, not to the object, to the process, to the safety, to the growth. Because what you protect protects you back. What you bless blesses you in return. And here's the truth few ever say out loud. Money is emotional. It carries weight. It carries meaning. And when you carry it with care, that care reflects in how it comes, how it stays, and how it grows. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about making the quiet decision to stop treating your money like a burden and start treating it like a relationship. So the next time you reach into your purse, feel the difference. Let the cinnamon remind you. Let the order guide you. Let the small pouch sit there like a private contract between you and abundance. A promise that you're no longer pushing wealth away through neglect, stress, or chaos. You're making room, you're creating safety, you're welcoming it in. Because in the end, money doesn't just go where it's needed, it goes where it's respected. Scene 5, the heart of the house that keeps money warm. Every home has a heart, a place that hums with quiet life even when no one's speaking. A place that remembers more than we do of birthdays and burnt toast, of laughter between chopping onions, of hard days softened by the smell of something warm on the stove. For most people, that place is the kitchen. Not because it's the largest or the newest, but because it holds what matters: nourishment, comfort, and a kind of stability that goes beyond words. But here's something most people never realize. The kitchen doesn't just feed the body. It feeds the energy of the entire home. And when that energy is cold, neglected, or rushed, prosperity feels it too. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I'll eat later," while standing at the counter with a cold cup of coffee? How often have you skipped cooking because the sink was full, the fridge was cluttered, or it just felt heavy? When the kitchen is ignored, it's not just food that suffers. It's flow, it's rhythm. It's the daily ritual of care that sends a signal to the house and to yourself that you are supported, that you're not surviving but steady. And steady is where money likes to live, because money doesn't thrive in chaos. It doesn't feel safe in homes that are always rushed, always scattered. It settles in places where there is warmth, attention, and intention. And that's why this room matters more than people think. The kitchen is where the fire of prosperity is kept alive, not in grand gestures, but in small, consistent acts: warming soup, wiping a counter, lighting a stove, choosing a meal instead of skipping it. That fire is symbolic. It's what reminds your home and your nervous system that you're safe, cared for, and capable. Now enter cinnamon. Cinnamon belongs in this room more than anywhere else. Not because of recipes, not because of holidays, but because it holds the same frequency as the kitchen itself: heat, transformation, comfort, and attraction. Cinnamon doesn't scream, it warms, and when placed with intention, it turns your kitchen from a functional space into an anchor for abundance. You don't need to do anything elaborate. Start simple. Take a cinnamon stick and place it in a small jar by the stove, somewhere discreet, somewhere quiet. Every time you cook, every time heat rises, that cinnamon is activated, not just in scent, but in energy. It says, "This home is alive. This home feeds more than hunger. It feeds intention." You can add it to your spice drawer, but not to hide it. Let it have a spot of its own. Let it be known not just as seasoning, but as a symbol. For those who want to take it further, create a kitchen charm: one cinnamon stick, a pinch of dried rosemary for protection, a bay leaf for prosperity, and a coin for grounding. Wrap them together in a small piece of cloth. Place it near your cooking space, not where it's in the way, but where it can rest. You don't need to explain it to anyone. The kitchen will understand, and so will you. Here's what starts to shift. Meals feel less like chores and more like rituals. The silence in the kitchen feels softer. You find yourself wiping the counter not out of stress, but out of care. You open the fridge and feel possibility instead of pressure. These are not big changes, but they matter, because every moment of care you place into this room tells a story. This house can hold wealth. This house holds warmth, and I am no longer starving for peace. And if you've ever struggled with money, you know this matters, because financial stress doesn't just live in spreadsheets. It lives in skipped dinners, in microwaved meals eaten standing up, in the deep fatigue that makes cooking feel impossible. So when you bring warmth back to this room, you're doing more than feeding your family. You're rebuilding the core of your home's relationship with abundance. This isn't about perfection. This isn't about fancy countertops or farmhouse sinks. This is about presence, about remembering that your kitchen is the heartbeat of how you give and receive. When you light the stove, you light something inside yourself. When you stir the pot, you move energy. And when you place cinnamon there, you anchor a kind of wealth that money alone can't buy. Because the truth is, wealth isn't always about gain. Sometimes it's about keeping what matters warm. The fire, the connection, the intention, and the kitchen, when loved, does that better than any other space. So tonight, when the day winds down and the dishes call your name, don't see it as a chore. See it as a chance to reset the tone of the entire house. Light a candle if you can. Let the cinnamon scent remind you this home is not cold. This home is cared for. And money can feel that warmth, even in silence. Because where fire is steady, wealth doesn't wander. Scene 6, the door that tells money if it's invited. There's a moment every day, quiet and unnoticed, when you reach for your front door. Maybe it's morning, coffee in hand, stepping out to face the day. Or maybe it's evening, keys jangling, body tired, finally returning to rest. We open and close that door without thinking. But here's the question: what is that door saying while you do it? Not with words, but with energy, posture, presence. Because your front door is not just a piece of wood on hinges. It's your home's first conversation with the outside world. And if prosperity, luck, or opportunity were standing outside, would they feel welcomed in? Or would they turn away without knocking? In energy work, the front door is often called the mouth of the home. It's where the house breathes, where chi, flow, and momentum begin. And if that mouth is blocked, dirty, cold, or forgotten, everything behind it suffers. You can do all the internal work you want, meditate, budget, set goals. But if your door remains closed in spirit, you'll wonder why nothing lands. You'll feel like effort goes out and nothing comes back in, like the world is moving but somehow passing you by. Now pause, think about your front door. Is it clear, well-lit, easy to approach? Or is it cluttered, shadowed, or hard to open? Do packages pile up? Does the doormat feel worn, the knob sticky, the paint chipped? These details may seem small, but they send a message. They tell the world and your energy how open you truly are, and more importantly, how much you believe you deserve to receive. This is why the front door is more than decor. It is declaration. It's the line between holding on and letting in, between the past you've survived and the future you're ready to meet. Now enter cinnamon. Cinnamon is warmth, invitation, activation. When placed near the front door, it doesn't just scent the space. It transforms the energy around the threshold. It says, without a word, this home welcomes good things. This house is open to abundance, and not just today, but always. Here's how to make the shift. Take a cinnamon stick, not powder, not oil, but a whole stick, and tuck it under your welcome mat. Let it rest unseen, pressed gently between the outer world and your inner space. It doesn't need attention. It works because of the intention behind it. Every time you step over that mat, the cinnamon activates a quiet current, a warming of the path between what's out there and what's ready to arrive. Want to go deeper? Arrange 3 cinnamon sticks in a triangle shape and place them discreetly inside the frame of your door, at the base, on the sides, or even taped inside where no one sees. Triangles are directional. They point, they pull, they gather. With cinnamon, they form a magnetic field for goodness, for prosperity, for all the things that felt just out of reach. It's not magic, it's message. It's about creating a clear channel between your home and the life you want to live. Because when the door is just a barrier, energy gets stuck. But when the door is a bridge, everything flows differently. Here's what starts to change. You begin to notice moments arriving more smoothly. The email you were waiting for shows up. A neighbor brings over something unexpected. A phone call turns into an opportunity. It's not loud, but it's consistent. The door stops holding things back, and you stop feeling like you're always stuck on the edge of something better. This works because your nervous system picks up on the message, too. Every time you come home and cross that threshold, something inside relaxes. You feel welcomed, supported, like your home is no longer a fortress, but a partner. And that shift in how you feel ripples outward into how you think, choose, speak, and spend. So clean the doorknob, sweep the porch, replace the mat if it's worn, add a plant or a light. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're showing the universe and yourself that you are no longer hiding, that you are done waiting for permission to receive, that you are quietly and fully open. And every time you leave, that door walks with you. Every time you return, it greets you. If it's infused with care, you carry that care into the world and bring it home again. And if it holds cinnamon at its root, it holds the flame of intention right where you need it most, at the gateway between what was and what could be. Because in the end, doors don't just open space. They open lives. And the question is no longer, will money come in? The question is, have you made a home where it wants to stay? Final, if you've made it this far, pause just for a moment and breathe that in. Because it means you've walked with me through more than a conversation about cinnamon. You've stepped inside something quieter, deeper. The places in your home where energy lives and whispers. The places that don't speak in words, but in flow. And now they've been seen. You've learned that money isn't just about math. It's about movement. It's about safety. It's about signals. And every space we explored, your bedroom, your bathroom, the forgotten corners, your wallet, your kitchen, your front door, each one carries its own kind of power. Each one reflects something about the relationship you have with abundance. Not just the income you receive, but how you hold it, how you welcome it, and most importantly, how you believe you're allowed to keep it. That's not fantasy. That's not superstition. That's neurobiology. Your brain responds to environment. Your body reacts to safety. And your decisions, the ones that shape your finances, are built upon emotional signals far deeper than we often admit. When your home feels scattered, neglected, or energetically closed, your mind does too. You rush, you overgive, you settle. But when your space is tuned, soft, and clear, so is your inner compass. That's what these small shifts are about. Placing cinnamon is not about a shortcut to wealth. It's about creating clarity, calm, and invitation in the one place you control completely, your home. It's about turning your space into a partner, not a backdrop. About reminding yourself without needing permission that you are safe now. You are not behind, and it's okay to receive. And if no one has said this to you lately, you're doing beautifully, even when it feels slow, even when the results don't show up right away. The very act of caring for your space with intention is a form of quiet leadership, of love, of healing. So as you walk back into your own home tonight, take your time. Touch the doorknob with awareness, feel the air in the room, look at the corners you once ignored. And if a single stick of cinnamon now lives there, know this, you've already begun the work. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. Thank you for your presence, your time, your trust. Wherever you are, whatever you're carrying, I hope you leave this video with something lighter in your chest and warmer in your home. And may your doors open easily. May your home hold your peace. And may your prosperity always find its way back to you.